Welcome back to TC Podcast number 7. I'm here joined by BriaN. BriaN,
Hello, everybody.
introduce yourself, dude.
Hi, Hi, everybody. My name is BriaN. I'm from Hungary. I'm 19 years old, and I thought I asked Riser to be a part of this because, well, this is a platform I've never really used before because I use forums a lot, and yeah, but I don't really make videos, and you haven't re- you haven't really heard my voice, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to for myself to express myself a bit more.
I think others gonna think kind of different now with your voice, don't they?
Yeah, maybe, but I don't really think it makes a big difference. Maybe they will have like a bigger picture of me, but
Well, we will see, right?
yeah.
So, as the most of us know, you're actually known in the mapping community. You
I,
have,
I've I've always doubted this, but I mean it's not me who knows. So yeah, I guess I don't know.
yeah, you have like 70 volumes. Your volume 18 is coming, or
No, not really. I haven't really started any solo map since the release of my Volume 17, which was like, phew, 2 years ago. It will be 2 years ago in May. So yeah, it's been pretty long. I'm rather making features, so yeah,
all
no
right,
solo maps for now.
all right, and you said that you only do features right now.
Yep.
Is there any upcoming ones?
Well, obviously, there's a map that has been done for a pretty long time now. For like I don't know, 8 or 10 months. I don't really know. I finished it like in August, so it's been waiting to get recorded since August or September. Yeah. Well, Nitron's gonna record it, and hopefully I will be like the core director again, just like in the video of Impel 2. So I'm just waiting for him patiently to have some free time for me and for himself to be able to make the video of it.
And that's the only one, or
No, no, no. There are many other maps which I really should be working on. I don't really want to spoil anything, or maybe I can say a few names. Uh, I have an upcoming map with BriaN, for example, BriaN,
mm-hmm.
the Ukrainian mapper from EPG. I haven't really made anything in the feed. Like he sent me his part months ago, maybe even last year. I don't really remember, but I haven't really got to working on it. There's another map well, I'm not really working on it anymore because I've already done my part in it. It's a skill map which I haven't made for well, like a pretty long time. It's well, it's my biggest project in MTA so far, and I doubt I will have any other bigger projects because this one is well, it has taken already like a half a year or something, and it will take at least another half a year to finalize it, if not more, because it's not really up to me anymore. Um, it's pretty long, so there's much to do in it because it's around like more than 8 minutes long, and it will be fully decorated. Like I'm not gonna make another like no deco crap because it's I don't know, it has got out of hand. Like it was fun to make a few maps like that because I didn't really think it will like this style will get so popular. Um, so yeah, it will be fully decorated. The track will be as much phase as possible. I want to use uh, some scripts and to well, I just want to make the track not easy, but like not buggy at all. I want to avoid bugs as much as I can. Like I have always wanted to, because um, so yeah, I always wanted to avoid bugs, but never really worked out well. Um, but yeah, yes, this map. There's another map uh, we started with a friend of mine like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I don't really remember. My intention was to make like a tropical-ish kind of map from like 2014 or something like that, from the Moonlight and Quantum era, and it kind of turned out to be like that, and the other half of it didn't. But I think it will be great. Uh, there are we are four in it. A friend of mine who is pretty unknown, but is a really great mapper. Another friend of mine who is actually pretty known, but I don't really want to spoil his name. And the fourth mapper is like the most known of us, I think, and it will be a huge comeback for him, releasing a map after like 2 years, if not even more. Mm, I think like this is all I have for now. So like these 4 or 5 maps I should be working on.
Damn, I only have heard one, and that was a skilled one. I heard some rumors about that one.
Hmm. Well, skill maps were always well not hard to make. Making a skill map isn't hard. Making a good skill map is hard.
Yeah.
Well, I can say because I have failed many times at it. Like I consider my map Dope to Drop like, but if not one of the best skill maps, but of my own at least. And I consider that one well pretty good. I think because the track isn't really bugged. Like there are no parts in it which could bug, only one or two. So I consider that one pretty good. And I when I released it, it was like in the end of 2014. Yeah, it was like the 31st of December, like Sylvester Day, New Year's Eve. Uh, I said that then that I won't really have like any better maps than this in the future, and yeah, I'm working on a better one now. So hopefully it will be a huge success or not. We will see.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Well, as you started mapping,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't know when. When did you start?
I don't really know either.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, dates aren't my cup of tea. I don't. Well, maybe I can just guess the year. It was like 2011 or something like that.
Hmm.
Uh, I can say that I started playing Deathmatch, sorry, on God, Gladiators of Darkness, like a
Mm-hmm.
Hungarian DM server which still exists, but it has gone down pretty much since then. That was like the most known server, which was Hungarian. Many other people started there, like Ragex, Labidila, Darius, Kutya, Dili, and other Hungarian mappers, along with like uh, some pretty many foreign people. And I just wanted to I just wanted to try myself in the editor. I just because I built maps in other games like well if we want to call like making maps mapping in other games as well. Then I started mapping in Crash Day, and I made maps in Trackmania Nations as well. But nothing really like this, so it was different to me. And I well when I started in the very beginning, I didn't really have much help. I didn't really ask for it either. So I just started. I opened the editor and started putting objects. And when I kind of finished my current volume one, which is actually like the first remake of the original map because I lost it twice. Um, so I finished the map and I messaged my friend Kutya, who was kind of helping me with some tips and tricks for editor back then. And mm, I don't know what I asked, but he was pretty surprised that I didn't use any toolboxes. And I was like, "What the fuck is a toolbox? Why didn't you tell me about it? It would have saved me so much time." So I remade the map, and I tried using the roller coaster generator RCG, but it didn't really work because I had no idea how to add like things to the meta and how to write a lure. So uh, I didn't really know how to make it work. So I just replaced it with another part, and when I finally released I wouldn't really call it a release. I just sent it to the guy who was in charge of uploading maps to God. He uploaded it. He fixed it because the meta was fucked up, obviously. And yeah, it pretty much sucks. I mean, you can tell, you can play it. It's still there, so it sucks. Yeah. Then I
So,
went on with mapping. Like I released my first. eight or nine maps in a few months. I released like one map per 2 weeks or 3 weeks because
Yeah.
I was really much into it.
Yeah, I noticed that from your volume 1 to volume, I don't know which one, but it was so fucking fast, and it was like this guy is going on a mapping spree, just releasing maps every 2 or 3 weeks, and I was like, just keep it coming, just let's see what's the improvement of every map.
I don't really know which map you saw because, like, the first map I had recorded was my volume 5, Cool Mutiny. It was recorded by Punky. I remember I was so happy that he accepted to record a map. Uh, then my volume 8 was the next recorded map by Spike. Then I had my 9 recorded by Rextox. The video is long gone, so I had to ask Relax to record my volume 9 again. I had a fit with Real Steel, the Tempest 2. Back then, it was such a horrible map, but it's a piece of junk. And yeah, then I made my first like real skill map, Brutal, the first one,
Yeah.
and it was a huge success to me. But it's really another piece of garbage. Like looking at it now, but it was a big milestone for me. It was like I remember I was influenced by Aborted Rulers' Volume 4. Like the map song is from the original video of Night Run of the Map, like the metal dubstep song. So I was inspired by that.
All right. Like I liked your volume 8 so much. I think
I don't know. It's like one of my worst maps. I don't know. The decoration is cool. I mean, it was like my best deco back then. Like that simple tropical style. It didn't look that bad, but the track was horrible. Like
well, I liked it in the back in the days. And your volume 13 was really nice.
yeah, well, it was pretty weird because after my volume 10, I started making my volume 11 a few weeks after, and that was like sorry, my volume 11 isn't really a good map. Like the track of it is horrible as well, but uh, it changed my style pretty much because back in the days I was good friends with Jacob, and I asked him for like some tips and tricks, and he told me like many pieces of advice to follow, uh, like in terms of decoration, and I really like the decoration of my Volume 11, although the track was like horrible. It was really like bin material. But yeah, my I could say that my Volume 11 was my first like pretty well decorated map.
All right. But
Uh,
who inspired
hmm?
you to map though?
I don't really know. Nobody.
Nobody.
Myself and my ambitions.
All
Well,
right.
mm, it really depends. I mean, I have 50 maps. If you're asking like who inspired me to start mapping from the very beginning to like sit down, open the editor, and start a volume one, I don't really remember. Nobody really. It was just like it was out of the blue. It just happened. Like, oh, I want to try myself in editor and see what I can do.
Okay.
So yeah.
And do you like mapping as before though? Like, do you map? Do you come in the server, start the editor, and think like before when you started your volume 1 to finally map, or
Could you? I don't really know what you're asking. Could you please repeat it? 'Cause-
like do you like mapping as before?
no, no, obviously not.
No.
Yeah, because if I did, I would still be releasing maps like every week or every month at least. Um, when I started mapping, it was like a very huge challenge to me because it was like all of it was like unvolved path because I didn't really know anything about it and I didn't really ask for help or I don't want to like uh, uh, I, mm, I don't really want to like take away the credit from the people who helped me back then like Kucha Darius Vili Axerox whose old name was Gallardo actually and Jacob because they helped me with like many tips. For example, I remember Darius showing me how to set the FPS limit to like 53 because I was using the editor with 60 with 46 FPS limit. but it was already at my volume 3 or something. So I made my first maps with like pretty bad FPS limit, and I had no idea why it was laggy. Because I didn't really talk to anybody about it, so I thought it was normal that the editor was so laggy.
Well,
So yeah, I don't really like mapping that much anymore. I mean, I obviously I do, but not as much as before.
all right.
Because uh, I can say I'm pretty experienced at it now. I don't say I'm like good or anything. I can say I'm much better than when I started. And even if I like keep releasing maps and I keep making maps and try to make new and new things on and on, yeah, I don't really consider it as much as a challenge as before.
Okay. Okay. And since you're an experienced mapper, how do you think of other mappers? Like,
Uh, by other mappers, you mean like older mappers or nowadays mappers? This new
mm,
mapping era.
let's begin with nowadays mappers and the mappers that were
Uh,
legends.
well, I always consider myself someone who was pretty hard to impress regarding maps, but especially in like these later years or months, I can say when I started considering myself someone experienced, and no intention of calling myself like an expert. It's no narcissism intended. I just know that I started like many years ago, and I know where I had come. And I was always someone hard to impress, and you can't really see me commenting on maps that much, uh, only if it's like really good or really bad. Um, if I had to like describe nobody's mapping era in a few words, then I would call it mass production. And really like no offense to anybody who's mapping nowadays, but sorry, it was like so so different and so well, like maps had a bigger variety a few years ago, like or even if like we consider the tropical style something mainstream back in the days, it was still like something really good looking and something really atmospheric. Like if we like compare that mainstream style, this tropical style, let's call like quantums or fancies maps, these mainstream tropical or moonlight even, to this nowadays mainstream style, like there's barely any decoration, and if there is any, then it looks isn't the same as in any other maps. Then like we could say we are like improving backwards. We are just going backwards, and I don't really see the future of this. Like I don't see the breakthrough. There's nothing changing. Nobody's maps, and it has been like this for like 2 years, and it should be over really. I mean, there are some tries, and there are some like mappers who are trying to bring this old style back. I consider myself one of those because even if I make new school maps, I still consider my track style a bit old schoolish. Uh, so yeah, although these people are trying and they are indeed releasing quality maps like time and time again, I still call this nobody's mapping era mass production, and I really despise it.
All right. So, um, that's actually a really good explanation of how you think of other mappers.
Thank you.
Well, as we all actually know, you're in Empire of Riders.
Yep.
You're a leader, or right?
Yeah, I've been a reader since Crash's left NTA.
Yeah.
I don't really know when it was, and again with the dates, I don't know, year ago, year and a half. I don't really know.
Yeah. How is it actually in Empire of Riders?
Different. Like if you ask, like we have invited some trials a few days ago, or even a week ago. I don't really. Yeah, it was a week ago, I guess. Last weekend, I Riven and Ramsey got in, and Quakes. If you ask them about like how they are feeling and how ER is compared to other clans, for example, you could ask Ramsey how it is in ER compared to Z or TG. They would say it's different because we work in a bit of a different way. we handle moderation and we handle our players a bit differently. And this whole clan, well, I can't really call it a clan, it's just a team. Because uh, if there's a clan nowadays in MTA, like the biggest priority of the team is often clan wars, which we don't do. Like we just, well, some of us would see the fun of it. I mean, it should be fun, I guess, but we rather just try to improve our server and the team and the atmosphere of the server, and like try to give the players a great time playing there.
All right. Like I know when you type help in the chat, you just instantly get a fucking backfire saying you're fix it yourself, dumb idiot.
Yeah, yeah, it's just yeah,
Just Gallardo things, right?
yeah, it's just a pretty strange sense of humor,
Yeah.
which I personally like. But yeah, people have to get used to him if you are in the clan. But it's nothing really bad actually.
No, no, no. Nothing bad, no. Well, um, yeah. Well, I know that ER and TC has a really good, how can I say this? Really good bond, you know?
Yeah, luckily.
Yeah, yeah. Ugh. Yeah. How do you see TC? Like TC service coming, 1 2 days. Um, are you excited or are you like waiting for the server of TC? What's TC gonna bring to MTA?
Mm, if you're talking about like nowadays clans and people trying to open clans in MT nowadays, uh, when I hear of a clan opening, let's say if, for example, I don't know, we can like take TC as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I hear like a clan opening or I notice or just someone tells me, I don't really expect anything. Well, what I expect is the clan dying in like a few months or just maybe after a year or something. Like let's take Zori as an example. Like no offense to anybody, but I've never really seen like where Zori was going with this second or third reopening. So um, I'm but the only reason I'm waiting for TC to open is to you guys proving me wrong and showing that like it's that there's still a point in opening a clan nowadays and that your clan and your members are indeed a group of people who can like make something together and keep going forwards and make something cool. Not necessarily something new because I don't know. A server doesn't really have to uh, contain good, not good features, but new features. I mean, I'm talking as an ER leader here, but
Mm-hmm.
if it's like if it works well and the atmosphere of the server is good and the people playing there, like if it has a small community, even like at us in ER, if it's a small community and it works well and it just feels good to play on the server, then it has a future. And if like the leadership and the clan itself is determined, so of course, so yeah, there's a way forward to you, and I can see a few other things happening with this collaboration of DC and ER. So let's just keep going forwards even together and see what we can achieve.
Yeah, yeah. You were talking about new features.
Mm-hmm.
I can actually promise you that we have really, really good new features. Not like new features, but good new features.
Well,
Um,
I'm looking forward to seeing it and
yeah, yeah.
entering.
A lot of ideas, and we are excited to show them. But at the moment, it is going really, really, really hard for City. So he's actually doing way, 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 way more job for it right now. He's working very hard for it. So maybe
Ah,
just tuning
no
in.
worries. Like nobody minds to like wait another 1 or 2 days, right?
Yeah, yeah. 1 or 2 days, 1 or 2 decades, right? Well, yeah.
Ah, what is even the difference?
Yeah.
You won't be able to tell a decade later. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have seen it, but for you guys, you know. But yeah,
we'll see. We'll see what it turns out.
yeah,
I don't have Dobbs in City, so I guess he will come up with a a great job. But
Yeah.
no, we will see what the future holds.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Are you actually thinking of quitting MTA or mapping?
Mm, I wanted to like stop mapping a few times already, but I well every time I stopped mapping, I just found myself wanting to like open the editor and start something again, like a few months later, a few weeks later, even because even if I'm not really motivated to map, I am full of ideas for maps. I just can't really sit down and start them because every time I do, I just happen to like close the editor in a half a minute because I'm just not really motivated to do it. Quitting MTA, maybe I don't know. It depends. It depends on my own real life future because I still have another year in a secondary school next year because I
Mm-hmm.
failed a year. So
Oui.
uh, I am supposed to be leaving like secondary school this year, but I failed the year. So um, I'm still gonna go to the school like next year, and I don't really know where I'm going after it. So we will see how much time I will have for MTA and how like again what the future holds. I don't really know. As for now, I'm not like planning to quit or anything.
Sure. Okay. Well, I think that was it, Brian.
Yeah, all right. I don't really know for how long we've been talking. So
26 minutes or so.
26 minutes. Yeah, it's like a shorty
It's
half an hour. It's like
yeah.
still a healthy length to listen to, and maybe it wasn't boring.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
So yeah, thanks
yeah,
for the opportunity, and
no
it was
problem.
great talking to you.
Maybe your
Uh,
last words for the podcast?
maybe the things I've said, like if I offended someone with my opinion, I didn't really intend to do it. It's just my opinion, and I'm not really going to say sorry for it because I don't really have to. I just want to say that there was no really anything offensive intended. So yeah, that's it. And I'm free to like I'm really up to some further talking in the comments or something if some people have something to say about the things we talked about. So yeah, I hope it wasn't boring. I hope you had a great time listening to this podcast.
All right. Nice words. We'll see you back next time. Next
All
week.
right, all right. Goodbye. Bye bye.
Goodbye.